It came from the third dimension.
3D Newsbite.
Here's to Hotel Transylvania! Your dad never really thought of me as part of the family. All because I'm not a monster.
So, you want to become a monster, huh?
Van Helsing?
The monstification ray turns humans into monsters and monsters into humans.
But is it safe, though?
Great question.
Hello. This is Adolph, and I have with me Classic Jake.
Howdy.
And today, for this 3D Newsbite podcast, we're talking about the trailer for Hotel Transylvania Transformania.
Sure.
The fourth Hotel Transylvania movie. And they dropped the number out of this one, so that way people could just watch it without knowing what the 2 and 3 movies were about.
Maybe think their audience can't count that high.
So, this is the fourth Hotel Transylvania movie, and what's your thoughts on it?
I really hope this isn't 3D.
So, this is supposed to also be the final chapter of the Hotel Transylvania film series.
I will really enjoy watching the stake being driven through the heart of this franchise.
So it's kind of an ongoing joke here in 3D or 2D because I reviewed the second movie and gave it a 4 out of 10. And I hated it, and I was like, I'm not watching any more of these movies. And
yeah, and your entire staff rebelled and refused to watch it.
The third one, which was about the cruise ship and, relaxing. And so now we got the fourth one, and this looks worse than... It looks like almost like a TV show episode that is made into a movie. It looks worse than the other ones.
Yeah, it's like an animated sitcom episode of a Halloween special. I mean, on a basic cable channel. Yeah.
So just in case you don't know what this trailer is about, so basically one of the characters is a human who's married to the daughter of Count Dracula, and he doesn't fit in apparently in the fourth movie. He feels like he should be a monster. And so then he talks to Van Helsing, or Dr. Van Helsing, which I give it props there. That's a clever nod. He decides to make a machine to help transform him into a monster so he could better fit in. And so...
hijinks ensue, and somehow the machine gets turned on and starts bouncing, and the beam from it starts bouncing around and transforms monsters back into humans.
Because the monstrification ray, officially. Oh, and
so get a bunch of sight gags with zombies, mummies, and then perv stuff like Invisible Man being naked. I mean, this stuff. This is if you asked a 3-year-old what would happen. This is the stuff they would recite back to you.
So I think a major problem with this movie for me is that it doesn't make sense at all. Because, alright, this is the fourth movie, and the character here that wants to transform into a monster is married to a monster and has had kids with that monster, and that's canonical. That is part of the movie series. So he's married to a vampire, so how do you have a children with a vampire and not become a vampire? I don't understand that at all.
Movie's gonna movie.
And apparently he's been fine not being a monster for 2 movies, but now, things are different now, apparently.
Oh, and the kids. I mean, he's got kids. Are they monsters? Are they human? Are they a hybrid? I mean, what's what?
I think that's what kind of pissed me off in the second movie, because they rushed everything. Like, they got married and had kids, and it all happened so quickly, and it just, then the wife wants to see the human world, and then the human world completely accepts everything, And it's like, no, no, no. And it just doesn't work. And this just looks like, it doesn't look like a movie. It looks like, basically the 1 hour special of Hotel Transylvania on TV. Because it just doesn't seem like it's real movie. Like, at least the other movies had a plot that was kind of big. This seems pretty basic.
Yeah, and it's almost like, why is Adam Sandler doing these? I mean, are they that lucrative? I mean, I guess something's got to exist to make the Addams Family animated movies look good. I mean, I guess.
So, yeah, it just feels totally unnecessary and just something for the kids to watch, and the adults don't think about it.
I want to like this because I'm a monster kid, so I grew up with famous monsters and all. So I would love. I was let down by Mad Monster Party 2 when I was a kid, so I thought it was slow as hell. I'm rooting for this. I want to like it because I like these characters in theory, but I just, so frustrating.
Now, Adam Sandler is not doing Dracula here. Brian Hull is instead.
Not surprised. Not that. Not. It. It was like you could. I just. I'm just. Especially after Uncut Gems. Why in the hell would he? If he's not under contract, why keep doing it? And with Sony, I don't think their audience for this would care.
So yeah, I don't know why. It really feels like if Adam Sandler is out, Adam Sandler was a major part of this. He was Dracula, and he was a big character in all the movies. So if he's out, then it's just kind of why.
I guess they think there's an interest in these characters outside of being an Adam Sandler comedy. We'll find out.
The fact that he's a human, that makes his voice different. I guess. That's never been the case in other vampire stuff. Yeah.
Well, I guess different universe, different rules. I'm like, whatever. There's no way in hell I'm seeing this. And especially if it's not in 3D. If it's 3D, I may land on that grenade, but in a flat presentation, oh hell no.
Yeah, the 3D part is subject because the last 3 movies have been, and no indication in this one that it's going to be in 3D.
Yeah, and Sony does like to put out their animation in 3D because it's still very lucrative in Asia.
They have a good track record with these movies being in 3D. So, Sony being in 3D. So I assume Sony's going to continue this and have it there.
It's like, how bad do you want a 3D movie? And how much enjoyment are you still getting out of the Hotel Transylvania franchise? Because I get it. If you stand something, you'll put up with more than people who don't. Mortal Kombat is proof of that.
And from my memory and from my review, because I wrote the review for 2, I gave it terrible 3D. And so it wasn't all that. It was just like slightly a little bit there, but not even worth it. So, yeah. I even said here, quote, about halfway through the movie I took off my 3D glasses for a minute or 2, and I couldn't tell a difference. It's just unnecessary. So, yeah, it maybe it's not in 3D. I don't know. Maybe it is. We're going to assume it is. And, yeah. I'm glad it's the last movie in this series because it felt like a Family Guy with all these gimmicks over and over again, and all these clips and all these cutaway jokes, and it just got annoying to me, and I just did not like it. I gave Adam Sandler the benefit of the doubt and actually enjoyed the first one of these movies, and it just, I could not enjoy the second one, and I had no interest in seeing the third, and no interest in seeing the fourth, but I'll be a big man and watch the third, and then watch the fourth, if so be it. But maybe we get new Jake to review it instead.
Yeah, he's the new guy.
We'll see what availability.
I had to. My first movie was A Wrinkle in Time, so he knows. He knows the score. He's not going to get shell shocked his first time out to review for this.
So this is coming out July 23rd, or is scheduled to come out on July 23rd, and we'll see if that sticks. But I don't see why it won't at this point. I mean, it's, I think we've been this vampire dead multiple times. We don't like these movies. The movies suck, and they're just sight gag after sight gag, and very, very bad story that are just basic. So maybe this will be good, but I'm not expecting it to be. I'm expecting it. You know, my original idea was basically Freaky Friday, and I kind of feel like that idea was better than this because it just, randomly people are going to transform to humans or transform back, and it's
yeah, it's Freaky Friday on Tuesday.
It just seems even worse because, it's just simplified story that just seems bad. But that's it for us. Bye.
Bye.
Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D, Mr. Bengal 5, and Kevin Winter for your financial support on Patreon.com. So that's going to be it for this podcast. Thanks for listening. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Links are in the info box. If you want to send us listener mail, our email address is email3dortwo@gmail.com. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.